All right, you set up the nets, and then you sign people in as they arrive.
I sign people in. There's an app. I am signed in on the app, and then I have to go through the uncomfortable thing of every day. Did you sign on the app? Yes. And then they walk away and go, I have to sign people in. They go, oh, a child. They're very confused every time. There are people
game. Why would they be confused by a child?
I don't know.
Well, because they don't think I'm working there. They just think I'm I don't know, taking personal track. I don't understand.
I'm doing a project. It's like taking a census of the paddleball courts.
But all right, so
a lot of it is checking people in. Because people will come in groups, in that first hour. So I'm just sitting there, signing people in. There are people I know, who are there a lot, so I just know their names. I can just check them. But, then there's people who do what's your last name? I always say last name because if I don't know their first name, I think it makes more sense for me to not know their last name than know their first name.
Sure.
Because there's around 50 to 60 people a day. So which means there's probably 100 people.
That's a lot of pickleballers.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of people to remember, especially because who cares? You don't need to know these people's names in 2 months. You'll forget all about them.
I'm going to quote my act. You're not going to be pen pals.
Yeah.
What about when mom shows up? Do you check her in as well?
I do. I have to check her in.
You do.
Because you have to check everyone. It's checking them in. I'm not really sure because you have to. I'm not really sure why we do it, to be honest. I do it, and I'm not sure why I do it.
So, okay, when I used to play tennis, you would say, hey, do you want to play tennis to someone you know? And then you would go to the court and you would wait until there was an opening. But it sounds like with pickleball...
This is more of a group thing.
You just wait, and then there's an opening and you rotate in?
Yeah, so there was what they call it, they call it a paddle saddle.
No.
That's 100% what they call it.
Nobody's happy with paddle saddle.
Wait, let's hear what it is.
It is a thing that hooks onto the chain link fence.
No, I don't like it.
And it has holes in it, and you put your paddle in the hole, and then, because 4 people are on a time, so we'll go next 4 up, and they go, check the paddle saddle, and then you look, and then those first 4 paddles, you take them out, and then you rotate them.
So it's like putting your quarter on the arcade machine,
yes.
And you're holding your spot.
Yeah.
Now, how do people customize their rackets so that you know?
People do. They put tape on it, that says their name.
What about an airbrush design on the face of it?
How about that? Yeah.
Maybe that would affect play. I mean, people have drawn a star on it.
Why don't you draw a little picture on your paddle?
I'm good. Mine has a fancy design. It's very cool.
You got a nice paddle.
It's very nice.
I believe your father got that for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's great. So I can just, I know it. But, then there are people who have, I don't know what they're called. They all got crazy names, they call it the professor and, the Genesis or whatever. So, there's 12 people with the Genesis paddle. And it's oh, whose is this? And get some tape, and then they tape it up.
Good.
I remember speaking of, because all this paddle talk is just really making me think of people getting whacked on the ass. And they would always make the paddle in shop, and then they would use one of those soldering irons to write on the paddle, Board of Education. Get it?
Heyo.
Because we're abusing children to teach them a lesson.
They also...
To hear the whole conversation, subscribe for free on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, or visit nevernotfunny.com.